Live Text Access Training for Real-Time Intralingual Subtitlers, the Velotyping track. Hello, I am Wim Gerbeks and will try to guide you through the materials available for the Velotyping track. Let me start by introducing you the structure of this course. The course is structured like a Doric temple. The stairs represent the prerequisites. Though the Velotyping course is accessible to a vast array of people, candidates need to have, for example, an excellent command of the spoken and written language, openness to adapting to changing scenarios, contexts, text types and people, and an extensive general knowledge in as many topics as possible. Each of the 4 pillars stands for a general unit aimed at developing knowledge and awareness about accessibility and skills related to the linguistic, IT and entrepreneurship spheres. These units run parallel to the unit devoted to developing Velotyping skills, and it is represented by the architrave. Both the general units and the Velotyping unit are made of training sequences called elements, and each element is composed of 3 learning outcomes or LOs. The Tempanium is a self-assessment system that we have developed to test the acquisition of your competences before the course starts, during the course and at the end of the course. The latter consists in a multiple choice questionnaire and a tool to measure your capacity to produce rapid and accurate subtitles. This tool is called the MARS tool. All these tools are compatible with the International ECQA certificate that we have also designed, allowing you to be recognized as a certified real-time intralingual velotypist. Concerning the materials from the general units and the specific unit on Velotyping, we have designed them according to 3 levels: beginners, intermediate and advanced. Beginners are those trainees with little or no previous knowledge of real-time intralingual subtitling. These people are advised to undergo all the materials of the course. For these people, the course will last around 750 hours, lectures and homework included. Intermediate trainees are people who already have some Velotyping skills and or competence in one of the other 4 general units. Because it is quite difficult to establish a specific profile, we consider intermediate trainees all those people who have the capacity to Velotype 60 to 80 words per minute with a 99% accuracy. In this case, the course may last between 450 and 650 hours. You are advised to do the self-assessment test and see which learning outcomes or LOs you should achieve related to the general units from 1 to 4. Concerning the Velotyping unit, go for the intermediate and advanced learning outcomes. If you don't have Velotyping skills, but a lot of the general skills, you should go for all learning outcomes in the Velotyping unit, unit number 6. Advanced learners are those learners who already have the capacity of Velotyping 100 words per minute with an accuracy of 99%. In this case, you need to make that step that makes you a professional. The course will last between 125 and 275 hours, depending on how advanced you are. Again, do the self-assessment test and check which learning outcomes you should develop. They should coincide with the advanced learning outcomes of both the general units and the Velotyping unit. To understand what type of learner you are, we suggest you take the self-assessment at the ECQA platform at ecqa.org and measure how much rapidly and accurately you can velotype at reachmars.eu. If you are a beginner, you should undergo all learning outcomes. This means 300 hours to spend to develop the technique while acquiring accessibility, linguistic, IT, and entrepreneurship skills for 450 extra hours, for a total of 750 hours. These include watching our video lectures, reading the materials we recommend, and doing homework. The duration of velotyping homework may vary depending on how quickly you manage to reach every single output. If you are an intermediate trainee, you should undergo most of the learning outcomes, but not all. This means around 200 hours to develop the technique while acquiring accessibility, linguistic, IT, and entrepreneurship skills for 250 to 450 extra hours, for a total of 450 to 650 hours. These include watching our video lectures, reading the materials as we recommend, and doing homework. The duration of velotyping homework may vary depending on how quickly you manage to reach every single output. If you're an advanced trainee, you should undergo only the advanced learning outcomes. This means around 125 hours to develop the advanced skills for the technique while acquiring accessibility, linguistic, IT, and entrepreneurship skills for 150 extra hours, for a total of 275 hours. These include watching our video lectures, reading the materials we recommend, and doing homework. The duration of velotyping homework may vary depending on how quickly you manage to reach every single output. Operationally, we suggest you follow the general units learning outcomes in linear order from Unit 1 to Unit 4, starting with the beginner level learning outcomes, then the intermediate ones, and finally the advanced ones. We suggest you to learn these general learning outcomes parallelly to velotyping learning outcomes. At the end of every velotyping learning outcome, take a test with the Mars at reachmars.eu and try to meet the standards in the Mars column. This table shows details related to the beginner's level. This table shows the details related to the intermediate level. This table shows the details related to the advanced level. LTA, Live Text Access, Universitat Autónoma de Barcelona, SDI, Internationale Hochschule, Scuola Superiore per Mediatori Linguistici, ZDF Digital, European Federation of Hard of Hearing People FHO, Velotype, SUBT Access, European Certification and Qualification Association ECQA. Co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Erasmus Plus project 2018-1-DE01-KA203-004218. The information and views set on this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official opinion
of the European Union. Neither the European Union institutions and bodies, nor any person acting on their behalf, may be held responsible for the use which may be made of the information contained here.